Hi everyone, it's your celebrity numerologist Michelle Arbeau for LotteryUSA.com, and it is the Celebrity Spotlight. So this week I'm kind of excited because I like this person actually. She's a little bit feisty. It's Nicki Minaj, and as much as you might dog her for having fake this or fake that or whatever. She might have fake booty or whatever, but that's her prerogative. But I do like her in a lot of other ways because she's got this thing going on where she does have a really difficult chart, by the way. I mean, it's difficult, but it's an interesting chart as well because she's really soul-centered, and you'd never know that, I think, by just watching how she behaves, because she's such a hardcore rapper, mean and tough and, standing in her power, that kind of thing. But really, she has double twos and double eights on the soul plane. So she's completely and utterly dominant on that plane. That's where she lives. So that's where her music comes from. That's where her passion comes from. That's where all of it, because 2 is the number of intuition and sensitivity. So she's got double twos. The 8 is and I can see why she's got the double eights, and she's very confident in her, standing in her power, because the 8 is the most attached emotional number. It's one of those energies that is doubtless and assertive and confident and independent and all that stuff. So she's very much that feisty, don't mess with me kind of girl. And by the way, anyone with double eights has always got what I call the daredevil syndrome, because they live for the thrill of the experience. And a lot of the shock and awe performers have that, like Madonna, Michael Jackson, Christina Aguilera, Rihanna, Madonna, I probably repeated one. Bruno Mars. There's a lot of them. If you look them up, I mean, anyone who brings the noise usually has double eights. And she's got a lot of difficult arrows. She's got the arrow of skepticism. So with new things or new people, she's like, give me all the facts first, and then I'll make up my mind. And then she's also got the arrow of frustration, which makes her set the bar really high in terms of expectations of not only herself, but of other people. So in her mind, she's kind of got, this is how it's going to go, and this is how they're going to treat me, and this is how, all that stuff. So she sets herself up for a little bit extra disappointment and letdown. And sometimes people with this arrow really set goals that are almost unachievable. So they're always trying to reach something that's never reachable. So they really need to learn to just leave the door open for other people's differences, but also put the bar down a little bit. And there's no shortcut to this arrow. It's just live and learn. It's like catch yourself in the moment kind of energy. But it's really interesting because I'm intrigued that she's made it so successful under an 11 peak. Because yes, on one hand, it can be very spiritual. It's like being on the spiritual mountain and saying, because it is the number of spirituality, spiritual awareness, it's the spiritual guide. It can be all about being on that mountain, looking back to where you've gone and what you've done, and then looking ahead to where you want to go next. But it's also referred to as the power number. So I can sort of see how it's played out. I think she's really used it in the power way, played the power card with it. And she's soon going into a mentoring energy, but it's also the number of communication. So, there's a twofold there. And I think, she's really going to come into her own in a bigger way soon. And she's a 4, which is, 4s are really like put the nose to the grindstone. So like her essence is a 4. Her date of birth adds to a 4. So she's got that ambition, that drive, determination. 4 is symbolized by the square and its 4 sides. So it's all about building your empire. And she's definitely building an empire. She's got double 1s, which is a way with words. It's the most balanced expression of the 1s. So she's got it going on that way. But this year for her has been more about idea generating. So, we haven't heard a whole lot from her. But next year is going to be a 4-year for her, which is a pruning year. It's like clearing the runway, so to speak. It's like foundation shifting. So she may be changing her trajectory a little bit, because the year after that will be a career year. So it's really going to be like aligning things to make that happen. So there's going to be another kind of jump up for her. And I don't see her going anywhere anytime soon, because her chart really specifies that she's just going to keep building on what she's building upon. And actually, she ends on a 5 cycle, peak cycle at 56, and then she keeps that until death, which is 5 is career. So it's all about career for her, and definitely she's going to be around for a while. But I want to say one other thing is that she's really soulful. I mean, her gift is an 11 if you add her month and her day, and then if you add her year, which is the how she shares her gift, it's a pure 2. So she's really supportive and also very spiritual. It's like her words and her songs have to mean something. It's not about just superficial garbage. It's like it has to mean something. So I want to say happy birthday to Nicki Minaj, and please do tune in next week for another Celebrity Spotlight here on ModernUSA.com.